I was told I would never fight again
But you did fight again.
for a long time.
How did that happen?
I told a lot of lies. I cheated a lot of tests.
Our audience might not know about this, and it's going to be a huge part of it is a huge part of the doc and a huge part of your life. Can you tell us, yeah, and I'm sure you've told this story so many times, but about Vito Belfort and what happened there?
Yeah.
I've probably butchered that name, I know.
Yeah, Vito Belfort.
Vito Belfort.
It's all right. It's all right. He's a Brazilian fighter, legendary fighter. He was the heavyweight champion. He was the light heavyweight champion. And he was on track to be the middleweight champion, but he did so much steroids, and he was very, very well known for it. And as I say, there was USADA, in the United States Anti-Doping Association, but they didn't operate in Brazil, right? They weren't down there, and he was exclusively only fighting in Brazil because he was taking so much steroids. I mean, you should have seen the physique on this guy; it was ridiculous.
I've seen it in the fucking movie.
Yeah, so I got offered to fight him. So, I knew this. I knew he'd be on steroids. But as a fighter, you have this confidence. Bollocks to it. I think I can still beat him.
You're a nutter.
No, it's not a nutter because it's like, well, if I beat this guy, I'll fight for the belt. You know what I mean? So there's risk versus reward.
There's an opportunity.
There's an opportunity there. He's one of the top guys. I'm like, if I beat him,
But surely because you know he's doing the juice, like he's got huge advantage.
Massive advantage. But I guess
your fighters are wired different, aren't they?
Well, exactly. I'm like, I think I can still beat him. So what? If he wants to do that, good on him. But I've never taken anything. I do it the old-fashioned way. Do you know what I mean? Some good old-fashioned hard work. But so yeah, I went down there.
This is like put as one of the biggest UFC fights ever, right?
It was a big fight.
Yeah. Okay. And you're
down in Brazil, Sao Paulo. I go down there. He's a very, very, very religious man. Like very religious. You spend 2 minutes with this guy. He starts quoting the Bible to you and talking about God and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. And anyway, just to wind him up, because I am a wind-up merchant, when we're at the weigh-ins and he's like talking shit and he's like, like security are in between us. I go, Vito, come here. And he's like, what? I said, there is no Jesus. Just to wind him up,
Yeah. Why not? Why not? You've got to say anything to.
He shit the bed a little bit, but then maybe there is, because he head kicked me the next day, and I ended up losing an eyeball.
Just like she's just throwing that at us, like, he's going to take the eye out.
Boom. There we go. That's what you won't want to see.
Oh wow.
That's what he did. Yeah, but
So that's a detached retina.
Well, no, it was a detached retina. Then they fixed it. It redetached, and they fixed it again. Then I got glaucoma. I just had a lot of bad.
That's a lot going on in one eye.
Yeah. I had about 6 or 7 surgeries, I think, in the eye. It was a miserable time.
Fucking hell! You actually quoted in the documentary saying it when you was having the. I'm just watching you put the eye in now. That is.
It's a very good looking eye. Like
I know.
It's really hard to tell.
Yeah, no, it changed my life when I got this because obviously without it in, it looks terrible.
Yeah.
And I was extremely self-conscious about it. I couldn't stand my reflection in the mirror. I really could. And on top of that, I do a bit of acting and TV work and stuff. I'm very busy actually. So it was like I'm putting myself on camera all the time and I look like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the public are assholes, and people are always talking shit on Twitter and stuff like that.
Mate, we know that all too well.
Yeah,
some of the shit.
Well, looking like you two, you would.
Good hell! Not just the public that are assholes. I'm sorry.
So in the end, I was just sick of it. I was sick of looking like that. So I went to see a doctor and I said, I want to have a glass eye put in. And he said, Michael, that means removing your eyeball. And I said, yeah. I said, I'm sick of looking like this. And he said, well, we don't want to operate if you're not in pain. He said, but you can get a prosthetic lens. And I had no idea. For years I've been putting up with that. So yeah, they went down there, they do a mold, they hand paint it to match the other one. And there you go.
But that was the end of your, well, in quotations, the end of your fight career, wasn't it? Then,
yeah, it was. I was told I would never fight again.
But you did fight again.
For a long time.
How did that happen?
I told a lot of lies. I cheated a lot of tests. I did whatever I had to do. Back then, fighting was all I had. I wasn't set up financially with my family. We just moved to America and started a new life. At that point, if I stopped fighting then, not that there would have been anything wrong with this. It would have been a nice moment in time. Do you know what I mean? I had a few fights in the UFC. I made a little bit of money. I would have ended up going back to Clitheroe, probably looking for my old job back or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, no, I haven't come this far for it to end here. Do you know? And it was very frustrating because even though I couldn't get cleared by the athletic commissions, they do a ton of tests on you. Physically, I still felt normal.
Right.
I can still fight, but I can't see properly. Everything's in 2D. I have zero depth perception. Like a lot of times when I go to grab things, I miss it or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It takes me,
Wow.
because I can't see stuff properly. It's hard to explain. Even if you cover up one eye, you don't get the real, because your brain will still remember how everything is. But if you put an eye patch on and then you went to sleep and you get out of bed the next day, you'll feel it's all kind of weird. And
Oh.
sometimes it makes me a little dizzy. Sometimes just certain light or certain rooms, I'll be like, whoa. I can't gauge where anything is, you know what I mean? I touch something and fucking walking into walls and stuff. But so fighting like that was very difficult, but I refused to quit. I'm like, no. One way or the other, I made my way back.
This has been a running theme in your life, I think. I think we've heard Dana White say it in the doc. You never ever turn down a fight. You would always fight whoever was put in front of you, and you would often do it at the drop of a hat when maybe another fighter couldn't make a fight. You would be called up and you would do it. And not only that, you'd be doing it with one fucking eye, which is such...
Yeah, and nobody knew, of course, back then. Do you know what I mean? It was a big secret. So I didn't win all my fights. Do you know what I mean? And in the ones where I did lose, I was like, and then your opponent's gloating at the press conference afterwards. I'm like, motherfucker, I've got one eye. Okay, you hit me with a left hook. I can't see on that side.
Yeah.
So just slow your roll.
I'm going to ask you a question you're probably not going to answer.
Go ahead.
How'd you cheat the test?
Many, many different ways, many different times. I remember one time.
He is going to answer.
Yeah, well, I talked about it on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Right, okay.
Bigger than yours.
Just in the UK.
Only just.
Globally,
I'm messing, boys.
Globally, it's way
You
bigger.
guys are great. There was many, all different types of tests. Like there was one you put your eyes into this thing and there's like a big globe, if you will, and lights light up. They're just checking your peripheral vision, and you have a hand. You have like these joysticks in each hand, and if one's on that side, you push your left hand. If you see a little ding flash of light on that side, you push your right. Well, I could only see the left side. Do you know what I mean? But I was like, based upon the rhythm and the timing, I was just fucking guessing. Ding ding, I fucking passed. I passed. I totally blagged it. Just guessed it, and I said, yeah, you just passed. I was like, wow, that was lucky.
Fucking hell.
Another time, I was out here in London. UFC, Dana was trying to help me because he said you were never going to fight again. So he was trying to set me up with like TV work and punditry and stuff like that. God bless him.
Is he a good guy, Dana?
Great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
He's a straight shooter.
Mhm.
You know, some people take him wrong. You know, he's a fucking great guy. He's been a good friend to me.
Right.
Anyway, and I went for this test one day for an eye test, and I was terrified. I was like, oh shit, because the UFC's like, I'm going to take you to a doctor of our choosing, and I'm like, oh god. And I'm walking in, and the doctor, this Indian gentleman, was walking. He was like an old retired World War II veteran, very old, very eccentric man. He was great. He said, I'm going to walk him to the car. You go make yourself at home in my office. Just take a seat. So I walk in. I'm like, fucking great. Where's the eye test? So 2200 vision is what you need to be able to fight. And that's on an eye test, a big, massive letter at the top, and then the two big ones underneath it. And then they gradually get smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
If you know those top three letters, that's 2200 vision. So you can pass, you can fight, you'll be cleared. And it's not a digital eye test. It's like an old school, old-fashioned one. It's like a piece of cardboard, but it's like a triangle. There's three of them, and it rotates. So I'm like, fucking... memorize it. C, D, E, spin it round, F, L, M, whatever. So I memorize all the letters. Doctor comes in, but you got to remember, he doesn't think I'm trying to blag a test. He thinks I'm being a normal person and checking on my eyes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he covers up my bad eye first and goes, what can you read? Fucking smashed it. Got them all 20/20, baby. And then he covers up my good eye, but he doesn't move it. So I've remembered the letters. So this is where those few crappy acting lessons I had paid off. I'm like, D, L, M. I'm like, ooh. Gets a bit blurry after that, if I'm honest, Doc. Struggling there. And then he's like, okay, all right. He said, you've passed. He said, you're clear to fight. He said, but you can't fight. He said, if anything happens to your good eye, you're going to go blind. And I'm like, oh, God, you're right, Doc. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a real quandary, isn't it? I said, I'll talk it over with my family. Oh, it's a tough decision, is that? I walked out. I'm like, fucking come on. Of course I wasn't going to talk to my family. I'm like, let's go.
Quality.
He's holding a fucking canister of petrol, swinging petrol all over the place with his teeth clenched like that, right? I see this and I shit my pants.